So the purpose of this video and the next video is we're just going to talk about the various ways you can use the options and navigation options on the left bar. This first video is going to try and hit some quick things about my drive, the priority drive, and shared drives. And the second video will try and cover some of the rest of these here. So what are we looking at? Google Drive is a series of files down here and folders. And inside the folders can be more files and folders. It's hard to think about a folder inside a folder without it starting to look messy, but I actually think having a folder inside of a folder in Google Drive is super organized. One thing I'd recommend about your Google Drive is at the root level here, this here where it just says My Drive, try and have less than 20 files right here at the root level. And that just goes back to that same philosophy of email, where if you're scrolling through pages and pages of files to find what you're looking for, you're costing yourself time and brain power that's going to affect the rest of your workday. So what I do is I build folders, and in those folders, I have files and folders. So let's take a look at this one. In this folder, you can see there are a ton of folders, and there's even files in here. And then on top of that, there's folders and files inside each of these files and folders as well. The best possible way to find things in my drive is to use the search function, and we'll talk about that in another video. Let's look at the priority workspaces here. So priority gives you two different options here. Priority tries to guess at what you might be looking for. You open this pretty often. So it even tells you open this today, you open this in the past week, you edited in the past month. And it just seems like Google's trying to say you open this a lot. And you can even click on it and say, you know what, this isn't the right suggestion for me. And down here is what's called workspaces. I love workspaces. So every job has different hats you wear. You might be doing payroll and accident investigation, or you might be doing mileage, transportation and fuel economy and payroll. And all those things are kind of different hats and different spaces you occupy. So you can create different workspaces and put files from your Google Drive in there to give you a crisp, clean area where every day I'm going to look at these files while I teach. Every time I work with the IT Training Center or Professional Learning, I'm going to look at these. And while my students are working on their research project, these are the files I'm going to look at. You can create a new workspace right here and try it out yourself. The last thing is shared drives, and everybody's shared drives are going to look a little different. But what happened with Google is we went from a time where we were sharing folders with each other to realizing that a group of people in a team might need a Google Drive that looks the same to everybody. And what's really nice is that you can put files from a shared drive into your drive. For example, here I have this little shortcut icon that says this is not the real file. This is a shortcut to the file. Or you can just go over and look at things for your building, for your hat, for your department, etc. You will be added to shared drives depending on your role and responsibility. But when you click on one of them, they look exactly like a Google Drive. I think that's it for now. And the next video will be the next part of the left navigation.